Welcome to Reck Connect. Since the end of last year, we've been absolutely obsessed with AI coding agents. Like the rest of the world, we've been jumping into Claude Code and Codex to make ever increasingly more complicated projects. But the CLI is not perfect.
Especially when handling multiple projects, the terminals get really tricky to follow. And secondly, we like being out and about coding on our laptops, but then those are inherently fragile devices with limited computing resources.
And finally, we all made the same excuse, just one more prompt and then I'll go home. Or one more little thing and then I'll go to bed. There's always something and you can never really close your laptop and have a peaceful life anymore. That is why we created Reck Connect. It's a way to connect a desktop and a laptop and unify them into one AI terminal environment.
And because we like this so much, we decided to release the source code for free so that even you can give it a try.
We hope you enjoy it just as much as us, and we want to give you a small demo to get a feeling of what can be done with Reck Connect. All right, so we're here in Reck Connect, where you can see on the left you have all your projects, and also when you add a project, it will appear here. You can organize them as you want. So let's add a project. Here you can either make a new folder or upload an existing one. So if you upload an existing folder, it will take it from your laptop, send it to your desktop through the Tailscale, and then you can get going as if nothing changed. So I'm just going to quickly show you when you open your first kind of pane. So here we will pick a Claude Code session on the station, meaning it will be opening on the desktop. Okay, so as you can see, it looks like a normal Claude Code session. If I say count to 1000, so if I ask it to do something, you can see that here the shape has changed. And it also reflects here. So now it's green, it's done. You want to go do it, or it doesn't want to skip, doesn't want to waste the tokens. Good job. When I click on it, it becomes gray. All right. So this is a very simple way to see what are your agents doing. If I add another agent, let's do another Claude Code, you can see now there's 2 dots there, represented by these individual agents. Now, there's also some other features to play with, things like detaching. So now you can detach it, put it on another screen if you want, and reattach it when you're back here. Finally, there are some status indications on the right bottom. So the mount is actually referring to the folder. So here there's a shared folder, and then when I open it, you can see that this is actually these projects. So if you want to move files in or out there, you can easily do so. And the second one is connection. So this is actually the connection through Tailscale to your station. So if this drops, then you won't be able to continue coding because these terminals are actually running inside of the desktop station. Finally, you can also run local Claude Code, for example. This could be useful if you are, for example, using an MCP server that's locally. Think of the Chrome extensions that you actually want to control your local Chrome or computer use. And that, of course, is going to be useful if you use the computer that you actually want to control. Finally, there's a lot of small features you can play with, things like the cursor indicator. So if I go with my cursor to one of the terminals, it immediately highlights it, I can start typing in it without me having to click on it. So these are very small quality of life features that actually make a big difference. Now, of course, you have some more customization, dark mode and light mode. And there's going to be more settings to play with. So for example, you have a Claude Code launch where you can have skip dangerous permissions on by default, for example, and other flags. And so these are all kinds of things you can play with. Hopefully this is going to be as useful for you as for us. And if you have interesting ideas, feel free to reach out.